Nearly every week, mother of three Peng Guizhi comes to this stream near her home in Judong, northern Taiwan, to test its waters. Using a science kit she got from a local school, Peng checks for dangerous chemicals and pollution leaching, sharing her findings online. She's worried the water is contaminated. Not far from here, the local government has disposed some 5,000 tons of garbage.
它的垃圾直接变成瀑布，在山坡体，而那底下其实是没有铺任何的雨衣布。然后我们会担心它的水这样日积月累的流到山里面，最后再汇集到我们所有人喝的这一个自来水的取水口，其实是很大的一个风险。
For more than 6 years, the 100,000 residents of Judong have lived in the shadow of this mountain of trash. Its stench hangs over the town, and the filth is breeding mosquitoes and other pests that are a risk to public health. This garbage is piling on top of a landfill site that closed decades ago, but the local government says they have nowhere else to put it. The county is making more refuse than it can dispose of, and this is meant to be a temporary solution. But every day, 7 tons of garbage is being added to this pile. Judong is not alone. There are more than 100 of these open-air garbage piles in communities across the country, totaling nearly 1 million metric tons of waste, polluting waterways, killing wildlife, and even catching fire. Taiwan recycles more than half of its rubbish and burns most of what's left in more than 20 incinerators across the country. Many of the facilities are more than 2 decades old and are due for a refurbishment. And while they are offline, the waste piles up. The national government has earmarked nearly $40 million to build more incinerators and to help local governments handle the current situation.
地方政府，它的掩埋场如果有裸露堆置这些垃圾的话，要提出它的改善计划，一定要最长，一定要在3年内完成改善。
Despite Taiwan's high recycling rate, environmental groups warn that the country is still generating an increasing amount of rubbish, particularly plastic. They say people here became overly dependent on single-use food and beverage containers during the pandemic, and that this bad habit is fueling the rising tide of trash.
在台湾，我觉得是更应该要加快去做所谓的重复使用。 或者是重复使用这样子的一个工作，对，那才能够去真正的去解决我们从源头不断产生过多垃圾这样子的一个问题。
Even in Judong, where Taiwan's mountain of garbage quite literally looms large, Peng says it's hard to get people to face up to the scale of the environmental crisis.
我觉得它好像一个 cancer 一样，就是它会扩张，而且它会让你觉得这很正常。
Like much of Taiwan, Judong has prospered in recent years. The country's tech-based economy is booming and quality of life here is on the up. But with that prosperity has come more waste. And, as is evident here, if that's not managed responsibly, it can become more than just a blight on the local landscape. Kris and Glauert in Hsinchu County for TaiwanPlus.